What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP one more time today. Hit that like button, or I guess it's actually, technically, it is a new day. It is the 11th of August today. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are at about $3.27, moving up today. 2.5% alongside of Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin's up, I think, what, 2% today? Yeah. So up a little bit more than BTC. That's nice to see. Of course, you would be right. And I think that you could be moving up higher. Even if we see Bitcoin move down a little bit, I could see XRP continuing to rally. But with that being said, we're not completely absolved of going lower. We could go lower. It is the beginning of the day, 19 hours, 35 minutes left. We've had rather large wicks to the upside relative to the candles over the past few days. Relative to the candlesticks. Sorry, I can't talk. It's possible that we come back down, maybe for one final crash, flush out to the downside, and then we continue to rally. We've kind of got this like inverse head and shoulders shape down here, but I don't know if I'd call it that. It just looks like that right now, at least. But if we're looking at this here from a high to a low, high to low golden ratio down to the 0.5, finding support. This looks really good, you guys. This actually looks really, really good. I wouldn't call it a bullish engulfing candle. I mean, I guess I would call it that. Some people wouldn't call it that because the wick here is not engulfing that wick there. But overall, the body is engulfing this candle, so I would call that some kind of bullish reversal, if not engulfing candle in itself. It looks pretty damn bullish. 19 hours, 35 minutes left in the day. Let's see how the day closes. But so far, looking pretty good, honestly. Looking not bad. Looking at this here on the 1 hour time frame. If I say looking, you better do something silly. I don't know. One more time, right? Make a game out of it. I don't know. Looking at this here, we are finding resistance in the same area that we've been finding resistance. But again, these trend lines, they're not always the most reliable. Oh, I guess we're not finding resistance in that same area. Nope, I guess not. We're a little bit shy. So with that, you know, it would be bearish to actually turn around here. This is what they call a partial. Is it a partial decline? Or is it a partial rise? Whatever it is, whenever you, I guess it'd be a partial rise where you don't fully commit to the upside. Yeah, partial decline would be the other way around. And that is more bearish thing and could suggest lower prices. So that's actually not necessarily a good thing. 34 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. Can we turn the boat around, or are we condemned to go lower? I mean, it kind of looks like we want to go lower. RSI is at a place where if you reject, that would look bad. Stochastics are bullish, and the MACD is also at a place where you could reject being here at the zero line. So you do have the setup, man, on the price and on the RSI and MACD to reject from here and go lower. Where are you at on the fibs? You're at your 0.5, right? No, that was the other one. You from your overall, your all-time high to the low that we had earlier. Was it earlier this month or sometime in July? Yeah, earlier this month, in the beginning of this month. I'm curious to see what happens. Because at this point, you could reject here. Maybe you find support at the 236. We've seen a lot of cryptos go from their 0.5 to their 236 recently and then move up. So perhaps you do go to 321, 320. You're at 327 right now, 26. So nothing too crazy. Or perhaps you do go lower. And if in the case that you do go lower, I think that $3 target, $3.10 target is back online. Remember, that was the call originally, but you've moved up now, and Bitcoin's looking rather robust. I mean, it's very possible that we do move up higher. I wouldn't say wait for this line to break. If we break above this line, we could still come back down even lower than this low here. I would say wait for this line to break. Maybe right here. Yeah, that one. $3.34. If we get above $3.34, let's say on a daily closing basis, then that line is broken and we have validated the low and we are moving up, okay? That'd be my guess. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame here. All right. 3 hours, 32 minutes left. Not off to a good start so far. I don't like that look, but you got a lot of time left, so who cares? I mean, you could, by the end of this 4 hour time frame, come all the way down here and then all the way back up, so I don't really care about that. The 4 hour and the 1 hour have been disagreeing with each other lately across various cryptos. The 4 hour looks bullish, man, on the RSI. It looks bullish on the stochastics. And you're in a more bullish posturing than bearish posturing now on the MACD, I would say. That's what I mean. It disagrees. And the 4 hour is dominant compared to the 1 hour time frame as far as what's more significant. I don't know, man. I like that look. I just don't like, okay, here's the thing, though, on the price. I don't like that you're rejecting the golden ratio here, but you're not rejecting yet. You got 3 hours, 31 minutes left to prove it. So here's what I'll tell you, XRP gang. Ready? Is it the XRP Army, right? Not XRP Marines. That's the Link Marines, XRP Army. This second 4-hour candle of the day, if you're looking at August here on the 4-hour time frame, it should be the 4-hour, and then it goes to the 4 to the 8. The next one's the 8-hour. The 4th hour to the 8th hour, 4-hour candle. If it closes red, bad. Unless that red candle is like it comes all the way down here and then it wicks back up, okay, then maybe it's good. But if you get a solid body down from here, some kind of rejection down, bad. Because effectively what you're doing is you're finding resistance in the golden ratio zone, support at the 0.5, then rejecting here, you're likely working your way down to either 382. When I say bad, that's not really bad, right? That's a less than 10% move. That's not that bad. Move down to $3.05. But bad in the sense of going lower. Typically corrections are 1, 2, 3 corrections. Here this was a small correction. You had a little 1, little move up, and then a 3. 1, 2, 3, right? Here you could have a 1, 2, 3 as well, just a little bit more drawn out. I'm not saying it has to happen that way. I'm just saying if we drop lower, my expectation would be that we go down to about $3.04, $3.05, something like that, okay? And you're at $3.26 right now, so nothing dramatic. On that note, though, on that same note, I'm not necessarily calling for that because the indicators look good. And the indicators aren't even that bad on the 1 hour. You're just kind of at a make it or break it moment. So are you going to make it or are you going to break it? I'm kind of anticipating you go lower. I don't want to say it because I feel like I'm running the risk of being wrong, but who cares, man? I'm going to call for it lower. $3, $3.10, somewhere in that area. You're at $3.26 now. Nothing crazy. And then you'll continue to rally. Today might be a red day. But if it's not, again, you'll know because by the time you watch this or by the time you go back to check, if this 4-hour candle's green, I'm wrong. If you're back above the golden ratio, I'm wrong. On a 4-hour closing basis or higher, I'm wrong, right? That would invalidate. You get back above the golden ratio, then at that point, you've bounced off the 0.5. You're getting back above the golden ratio. We're going up higher. And if we are going up higher, the area that would be in mind immediately would be about 344 to 355. Once you get above $3.55, it's all over, but riches and glory, man. You're going up to new all-time highs. You'll be at $4 before you know it. You'll be at $4.75 before you know it, running and ripping all the way up to prices that are above $10, above $13, $16 by the end of September. I really could see XRP at this point in time, especially with the bullishness that Bitcoin's seeing as long as it persists. I could see XRP being above $6 by the end of this month or more. And here we are at 326. Even with the move down, I can see that happening. But I guess at this point, I am expecting a move between $3 and $3.10, something like that. Don't hate me if it's not exactly that, but that's my expectation at the moment. Weekly time frame. I just think it'd be so perfect if you came down, you gave it this like double top look, and then you ripped, you scare people out, really make them capitulate. Anybody that bought here or bought along the way, you make them capitulate right before the real move happens. I think that'd be so perfect, but I don't think you're going to get that. And nobody's going to get. I'm not even completely convinced that anybody has the opportunity to buy below $3 ever again. It could happen. I'm calling for $3 to $3.10, but it could happen. You never know. You never know. I don't really think I have anything else that I want to say, you guys. I'm kind of running out of steam right now. I'm like stuttering over my words. RSI looks bullish, stochastics look bullish, and of course the MACD looks bullish. I mean, it's bullish on all fronts on the weekly time frame. Day to day, week to week, or sorry, day to day, hour to hour turbulence here maybe. But week to week, month to month, you're moving up, absolutely. And don't forget, the reason why we're calling for that $13 to $16 area is we take the high to the low of the 2017 into the very beginning of the 2018 cycle to the March 2020 low, high to low there, the high to low of this overall consolidation phase, which we're just now breaking out of. Well, maybe not just now, but this cycle we've broken out of. The 1414 is the target area right there. And typically with the 1414, you go just above that. We take last cycle's high to low, and your... I thought there was something that lined up there. Maybe it's not last cycle's high to low. I'm sorry. Maybe it's this consolidation phase's high to low. Let's see. It's like the money zone. Yeah, the money zone. The 2886 to the 3113. This lines up just above the 1414. It prices at like 382 to 16. Really, I say 13 to 16 bucks, but it should be more like $14 to $16. But I've got nothing else, guys. I'm just rambling at this point in time. It's coming. It's happening. And it might be starting this week, but 325 now. I'm under the impression, especially because there's so many longs now versus shorts. We've decimated the shorts. I'm under the impression that Bitcoin kind of does what it's done a few times, which is pump on Monday, dump on Monday. And XRP might get a little lick of that as well. Let's go back and let's just validate that here, right? We're on the Bitcoin chart. So Monday here, you did pump up, but you left a little bit of a wick, and then Tuesday you dumped down, right? And then you moved up. You go to the prior Monday there, you wicked up a little bit, but really you dumped. Monday was a dump day. You go back to the prior Monday, and here again, very big wick to the upside, and then you dumped all the way back down. Moved up Tuesday that time, but very big wick to the upside to close down. Here on this Monday, same thing, big wick to the upside and then down. That Monday there, you moved down. There's been big dumps on Mondays. I mean, look at that high point, and then you dump down on Monday. Still moved up afterwards. It's not like we're ending the cycle here. But I'm just saying that's been happening now. This is the only Monday so far since we've done, since June 23rd. We have not seen a Monday that pumped and sustained itself. Is all I'm saying. Could this one be different? It could be. It could be, but I'm not holding my breath. Right? I'm not holding my breath. And if XRP were to follow it, perhaps we do go down to that $3, $3.10 area. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. If you're holding your breath over $3 to $3.10, we're at 326 right now. I wouldn't hold my breath over that, man. I mean, if you've got enough XRP, you're invested in it, cool. Maybe you can afford to wait and be patient and have some buy orders set up down there. But if you have no exposure to XRP, you're new to the markets, or you made the decision to sell and now you're wondering if you should get back in, that's a personal question, but I personally would say screw it. Who cares? The logic that I use here, right? This is what I say with a lot of videos and a lot of questions. A lot of times that I'm asked this question or I think of this question is, I like to put it in this perspective. Okay, let's go to the weekly time frame. Ultimately, I believe, and maybe you too believe, that XRP is going to go up here, and not even ultimately, just ultimately by the end of this move, somewhere in this zone, 13 to 16 bucks, right? 14 to 16 bucks as it should be. The move in question down to $3, $3.05. Let's say it goes to $2.90. Let's just say it goes even lower. That's the move in question, right? The expected outcome, just look at the difference, right? Should you be worried about this move, or should you be worried about missing out on this move? If the question comes to mind, should I buy or should I wait? I hope you know what the right decision is. I wouldn't hold my breath over the downside. Hit the like button. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.